The debate over whether the Syrian government has used chemical weapons has gotten even murkier in the past 24 hours. Carla Del Ponte, a member of the United Nations Commission of Inquiry on Syria, says there's, quote, strong, concrete suspicions, but not yet incontrovertible proof of the use of sarin gas by Syrian rebels, not the Syrian government. Live for us tonight at the United Nations headquarters in New York is Nathan King.
Yeah, Mike, remember last week when the US governments and the UK said that they had, quote, varying degrees of intelligence that pointed to the Syrian government use of the nerve agent sarin, which would have crossed a so-called red line, according to Barack Obama, which he stated last August. Now, a former war crimes judge, Carla Del Ponte, who is part of a UN panel investigating human rights abuse in Syria, says she heard, quote, testimony from refugees that points the finger at the Syrian rebels for chemical weapons attacks.
We collect some witness testimony that made to appear that some chemical weapons were used, in particular nervine gas. And what appeared on to our investigation that was used by the opponents, by the rebels.
Now, Carla Del Ponte's comments have been downplayed by the UN Commission on Syria. Quote, they say that they haven't found any conclusive findings either way on what she's talking about. But what this does do is muddy the waters on whether any combatants, whether pro-Assad or anti-Assad, have used chemical weapons. And if they have used them, who is this? I just want to point out that basically this is not the UN chemical weapons inspectors that have been appointed by Ban Ki-moon that are carrying out this investigation and given these comments. This is from the UN fact-finding mission, which is very much more involved in the human rights consideration. But it does really very much muddy the waters, Mike, on who carried out these attacks and when.
And Nathan, you set this up by talking about last August, so let's go back there. What does this mean for U.S. President Barack Obama's red line on the use of chemical weapons?
Yeah, obviously, he set out this standard of a red line that's been crossed. And what this comment does is basically suggest we don't know what the evidence is. The big question for the Obama administration is where they go forward from now. What this does suggest is that there is evidence on both sides that this can muddy the waters. But I can tell you that the State Department and the White House have very much said that the chain of command of chemical weapons is very much focused on the Assad regime. They control them. But it does raise questions going forward about who has used them and when, and of course leaves the question open about whether they support the rebels more or stay on the sidelines, as has been the White House position so far.
Nathan King outside the United Nations Force, live in New York. Thanks so much.